Yes, guys, we are live. Hello and welcome to our deadline stream. Hope you guys are good. I'm here to answer your questions. And boy, am I seeing a ton of dilemmas this week, mainly around benching dilemmas. I've got one myself. You'll see my bench there. I'm benching Mukiele. I'm benching Maguire. Both good picks. So yeah, I'm here to hopefully help you out this morning. Although, look, maybe you'll be helping me because my benching headache's there. Absolutely. But look, shout out to everyone in the chat. Guys, let us know where you're watching from. Let's do some shout outs as well, shall we? What's your name and where are you in the world? Let's have a look. So, good morning, gang. Ready for a feisty weekend of FPL? Little Miss is in the house. So Squirrel. Oh, Reese has been a member for 1 month. Good lad, Reese. Thank you, mate. This intro has grown on me. Ha. Do you like the checking your hair comment? Good morning, mate. Good evening from Sydney. Freddie's in as well. Paul and Vissa in the house. Oh, Sigurd's in the house. Not seen you in ages, Sigurd. I've had Semenyo for it. Sigurd's been so good on Semenyo. We kept him when he when there was all that transfer speculation over Semenyo, and we thought, oh, if he goes City, he's going to lose some minutes. All of that stuff. I sold him in that time. Sigurd kept him, I believe. Been huge. Must have, but have to buy Riley first because Cucurella's injured. Yeah, that's ruined me for my fan team. All the Cucurella noise. Out for a couple of weeks. Pompey in the house. Dagestan. Mike Hunt from Malaysia. Chidi from Nigeria. We got Bali, Sydney, Wales. Iceland, Macclesfield, Liverpool, Malta, and Lisbon. I just love how diverse the FPL community is, and that I can do a stream and speak to people in Australia, Malaysia, and South America all at once. And Jason in Slovenia. I'm very well today, mate. I must admit, I'm struggling on lack of sleep, but I'm all right. I'm excited to have FPL back. I guess we're all in that boat, right? Premier League is needed. I mean, FA Cup just doesn't hit the same, does it? Really doesn't. I'm always taking your advice. Oh, that could be dangerous. Brisbane, Aberystwyth. Thank you, guys. The chat is about you. So do get your comments in, get your questions in. Channel members obviously get priority, but I'm here for all of you. CH is in bed. Good stuff, CH. CGA dreams have left a hole in this week. Nice to have a... I'm sorry, Rory. I must admit, I've really felt the absence of CGA this week as well. Really have. And yeah, I miss Dean, who's doing really well. His team looks good. I think he had a good trip to England. Hello, guys. Start Hill or Richards? I'd probably play the fixture and go Richards, but it doesn't look good for Crystal Palace. And actually, Little Miss FPL was in the chat today. She's got a dilemma over Daniel Munoz. I've got a bit of a dilemma, you could say, over Sarr long term. We bought these Crystal Palace players off the back of seeing them beat Brighton, and we thought they had turned a corner. And then after the back of that, you see them lose to Burnley and then go to Bosnia and get a draw. And you're like, oh, okay, Palace aren't back. And then you hear all the speculation over Glasner, the fact he's gone after this weekend. Like, Robbie Keane's being discussed, Thomas Frank's being discussed. We know he's going at the end of the season anyway. Doesn't give you much in terms of faith for Crystal Palace. But I am always big on playing the fixture. And I think at home to Wolves, if you've got a Palace player, you just got to play him. Yeah, I think Dango starts. Yeah, can't see why I wouldn't. I think Lewis Potter is a threat to his minutes. But I think he's still first choice. Absolutely. Sesko, not so sure. I think we could see Cunha number 9. Are you in Italy? No, I'm not, mate. I was only living in Italy for 3 months last year. So, yeah, it's just a short-term thing. I do miss it. I live in England. Play Mukiele or Maguire. Mukiele for me, Jace. And if you're ever unsure, like, I'm not one that, like, makes my decisions based on algorithm picks and bookies odds. But when I'm 50-50 on something and I'm really torn, I look at, like, Mukiele and Maguire and I go, okay, they've both got similar DEFCON potential when Mukiele's playing right back. Goal threat, Maguire edges it, but assist threat, Mukiele edges it. So with all of that, it's probably going, with the DEFCON, the goals, the assist, it's probably about 50-50. Clean sheet odds might be what separates me. Sunderland, 30%, Man United, 29%. But then I go, okay, do I think that's accurate? I would say no. I think Sunderland have got significantly better. I'd say they've got a 5 to 10% chance better odds of a clean sheet in my head. The bookies obviously are never wrong, rarely wrong. But nevertheless, The answer would be Mukiele if you're going by the bookies. Guys, top transfers in this week, by the way. João Pedro and Palmer getting a lot of love, and these numbers are going to tick up today. Guys, be sure to hit that like button, will you? Massively boost the algorithm if you like. It massively boosts the algorithm if you hit that subscribe button today as well. So please do like and subscribe. I don't think you can hype on a live stream, but hit the buttons if you fancy. I know there'll be loads out there that aren't subscribed. Maybe you'll want to support me by hitting that button. Would you take a -4 to bring in Thiago and Pedro for Watkins and Krupi? Selling Watkins this week is dangerous. But Thiago, you want long-term. I don't think I'd make that on a -4. Just wait till next week. Other players, everyone's buying. Semenyo, completely get it. Virgil, completely get it. Thiago, boy, am I jealous. Boy, am I jealous. I really want Thiago. So look, this is where we're at with top transfers in terms of top transfers out. Any guesses? Guys, I'm going to hit you, no cheating, with 5 top transfers out. Give me those 5 players. Any guesses in the chat? Come on, let's play a little game, and then I'll get back to answering questions, which is what I know many of you are here for. Who are the top 5 most transferred out players this week? You can give me one name, you can give me 2, you can give me 3, you can give me 4, you can give me 5. But give me the names. Let's have a look. Rice is very popular. Rice and Haaland. Ekitike, Bruno G, Timber, Rice and Haaland, Timber, Haaland. I think it's strange everyone's selling Haaland. Timber, Rice. Enzo. He has had back-to-back blanks, hasn't he? But he's about to play Burnley. Bruno Guimaraes is coming up a lot. Rice is coming up a lot. Haaland's coming up a lot. Arteta. Timber. Yeah, I'd be surprised to see Timber, but maybe I'm about to. Let's have a look. I honestly don't know the answer. I did screen grab this, but I can't say I remembered any of them or even looked at them. I would say, well, I know. I think I know. Bruno Guimaraes, because he's flagged. Rice. And Haaland, I know at a price drop because I tweeted about it. So I'm going to say definitely those 3. Other guesses? Who else? Well, I always go by who's been bought. So João Pedro. So which forward? I'm going to say Ekitike because Thiago and João Pedro have come in. So who's given way? Haaland, yes. I'm going to say Ekitike's in there. And then who's everyone buying? Who's everyone selling to get Cole Palmer? Not Saka off the back of a goal. No one's selling Bruno Fernandes. Salah's not highly owned anymore. Don't know who. I don't know if there's a midfielder in there. Yeah, Wilson maybe. Cucurella maybe for the Virgil buyers. Let's have a look, shall we? I know we're going to see Rice, Haaland, Bruno G. I'm going to say Ekitike plus 1 more. Oh, it's not Ekitike. Bruno G, Rice. It is Cucurella. Fair play. Romano, bang on it. And Enzo. What? Look, fair play to those that went Cucurella. Timber, no. A lot thought Timber. We all knew Bruno G and we all knew Rice, didn't we? Sanchez, no. Joel says, Gianni, you should take a -4 and bring in Rice. I'll talk about that in a minute. Will Arsenal win the league? Guys, let us know in the chat. Will Arsenal win the league? Yes or no? Let's see who gets more answers. But yeah, I'm surprised to see Enzo being sold by so many. I am very happy owning Enzo. Shocking to see Erling there. I think Erling is the obvious captaincy option in like 3 of the next 4 or 5 game weeks. Will Arsenal win the league? Yes, no, hopefully no. Oh, there's a lot of no's. People will be replacing. Yeah, true. If they got 4 million, they will be. And I guess a lot will be using 2 transfers to get that 4 million, won't they? Let's go back to my team then. In terms of my moves, where was the suggestion? Who was it that said I should be taking a hit? Guys, I know I need Igor Thiago in my life. I know I need Igor Thiago in my life. But I can't get Igor Thiago easily this week unless I sell Ekitike. And I'm not willing to sell Ekitike ahead of very good fixtures. Now, Forest have just come back from Turkey. They could be tired. But again, new manager bounce. Forest look really good. They beat Fenerbahce 3-0. Fair play. And look, it's a difficult fixture. I'm not going to say Ekitike's great week. But from next week, I think he is. West Ham, Wolves, Tottenham, Brighton. I can't sell him ahead of that. And Isak's ruled out to the end of March. Like, I can't do it. So how do I get Igor Thiago with 2 free transfers? Well, I've only got 1 free transfer, so I have to wait till next week. Now, Mark Guiu is the obvious. I need to get rid of Mark Guiu anyway, don't I? We all need to sell Mark Guiu because we've got 31 to prepare for. What's my world ranking? My overall rank, I think it's 212, is it? Let's have a look. I had a big green arrow. I had a big green arrow of 16 points. Yeah, let me screen grab. Oh, no, it's 236, I think. I'll show you my points from last week. It was a very good week, so I'm happy to show my points. No, I'll always show my points. I'll never hide from that, genuinely. But here's my week. It was a good week. Mainly because... So there's my rank, 236. K, Virgil and O'Reilly. Massive. I've done Rice to Dango. Thank you for the super chat, George. Rice to Dango. Do I bench Timber for cash? I'm guessing you've got Gabriel as well. I would still play Timber. And I know that sounds mad. I think I'd still play Timber. Yeah, it was a good rank rise. Who's the highest rank in the room and what are their moves? Yeah, good point, FPL Toff. There's people watching like Sigurd in the top 10K. Let us know your rank, guys. Who is the best ranked manager in the chat? Ross is doing well. I think, no, Ross is around 180K. Ross is just a little bit ahead of me, I think. Who is the best ranked in the chat and what you moves this week? I love that question. Like, forget listening to him. Listen to him or her. Best ranked in the chat. Let us know your moves. Come on. Let us know what you're doing. Let's see who's the best and then let's quiz them. Malachi's at 25K and smashing it. Yeah, I forgot about Malachi's rank. Differential as well, Malachi, and he's still smashing it. But look, Thomas at 6.8K, Tony at 27K, Toff at 21. All right, all of you guys that are mentioning 8, 15. Viking says, would you go Timber or Alderete this week? I am starting Gabriel over Mukiele. I'd probably start Timber over Alderete still. I think Sunderland are on a little bit of a downward trajectory. Kai to Thiago is locked in for you, Kieran. Do you know, when I saw the Kai injury for you, and I know how livid you were, and I get it, double game week, you brought him in. I thought, at least he's got an easy route to Thiago. Because Gameweek 27 was always going to be the week non-Thiago owners jumped on him. And boy, guys, Thiago has massively been unlucky the last few weeks. If you don't own Thiago, you've got away with it. In fact, let's do a Thiago poll. I'm so hot on Thiago this week. Like, it's just a must for next week, I think. Look, maybe I'm sat here next week going, I'm prioritizing Semenyo or Mbermo and I'm investing that money in midfield. But as things stand, I see the need to have Thiago in my team. So we're going to have to do a poll, aren't we? What's your Thiago plan? Do you own him? And look, we can go look at ownership and go 30% own, but I'm not interested in masses. I'm interested in you lot, the engaged FPL manager. And you lot give me the gauge to go, yeah, this is what the community are doing. So let's do a new poll. Haaland captaincy poll, by the way, we'll come back to. What's your Thiago plan? Start a poll. Here we go. Already own. Buying ahead of Gameweek 27 now. Buying next week. Buying ahead of Gameweek 28, I should say. Or not planning to buy. Get voting on Thiago. The reason, by the way, I should give context to this is the fixtures are so good. 5K rank, 6K, 500K is still fine. 2.2. Wow. Maliki, you've never gone template. I've seen what you've been doing. You've not been going template. I'm not at 10K. I'm at 600K. Sigurd, huh? Have you had a bad few weeks? No, I'm having a bad head, eh? Sigurd, were you cruising? I feel like you were like smashing it. 600K is fine, of course, but yeah. feel like you were having a much better season than that, but maybe you've just had a few red arrows. Would you start Hill? Sorry, guys, I'm just flicking through to make sure I don't miss channel members' questions. Would you start Hill over both Garner and Rice? You'll see channel members have an emoji by their name. If you want to be a member, scan the QR code or click join below. Would you start Hill over both Garner and Rice? No, I'd start Rice over Hill. Rice over Hill. Guys, Rice just got you all a 14-pointer, and he only got 1 assist in those 14 points. That's how good he is at the extras. In both games, he got DEFCON. In both games of the double game week, he got bonus points. Rice's rooster points are phenomenal. I'm surprised to see so many selling and so many benching. 4.8k falling off. She bought Havertz, mate. Front two, so can't get to Thiago without selling Haaland or Ekitike. Yep, fine. Thiago plans, yeah, since game week 6 were unbelievable, Maliki. You kept the faith. You kept the faith. Georgian with the super chat. Thank you, mate. I'm 90k currently. Fair play. Haaland or JP? Honestly, I'd go Haaland. I do think if I'm ranking my best captaincy options this week, and let me give you guys a captaincy ranking. Let's say you've got any player in the game. Number 1 best captaincy option this week is Cole Palmer for me. Cole Palmer, easy first choice. Like, I'm not even close to debating if it's Palmer or Haaland. But at number 2, Erling Haaland, for sure. At number 3, Semenyo. At number 4, João Pedro. At number 5, Bruno Fernandes. That's where I'm at. Now, I only own 2 of those 5. New member, Rio signed up. Rio, if you've got a question, let me know, mate. I'll make sure I answer all your questions today in the chat. I'll see your emoji. Thank you for signing up. Could Salah be a differential captaincy option this week? Not for me. Forest are good at home as well. Salah's just not hitting it. I don't see Salah as an option still. Like the stream, guys. Yeah, do that. Would you sell Rice to afford Thiago? Well, this is what I might have to do next week. I'm giving Rice this week, but unfortunately, with a very, very, very heavy heart, my route to Mark Guiu to Thiago next week is Enzo down to a 4.4 or Rice down to like a 5 million mid. Now, unfortunately, at 4.4, there's no nailed starter for game week 31, and I need to buy a starter for 31. Unless Potts is back fit by then, and even he's not nailed. Haaland and Thiago. Haaland out. Thiago, Ekitike, João Pedro in next week. Maybe I just don't like selling Haaland, mate. Oh, I've just realised the time, guys. We've got to answer our Ultras questions. Answering Ultras teams now live. And happy birthday, Kieran. One of our Ultras, Kieran, who's at 5k in the world. It's his birthday. Happy birthday to you, mate. Right, let's answer these. Let's say answer questions. We're going to show their teams. We need your help. This is the emergency room for, well, in the WhatsApp group this morning, this was Paul's message. My question is it worth playing one Arsenal defender or should it be 2 of them or nothing? Now look at the bench. Paul has Timber on the bench, Gabriel on the bench, Gabriel starting, but he's also got Ryan and Hill, a very, very, very good squad, like arguably bench boost worthy, but you probably want to save it for a double. What would you do if you were Paul here, guys? Would you find a way of getting Timber into the 11? Well, you're not benching Manoz or Chalobah. And then you look at the attacking lineup, you really can't go and bench any of those attackers because of the ceiling. So with a heavy heart, I think you've got the benching right. I'd probably put Timber first sub, but it's a great squad, mate. I think you've got it right. If I had these 15, they are the 11 I'd be starting. So there we go. That's my answer to Paul. Answer to Wazza. Now, Wazza, hopefully is in the chat still. You can discuss my team. If I bring in Kroupy, is it bench boost worthy or do I save my bank, my transfer, and who do I bench? Yeah. Mark Guiu to Kroupy is an option for Wazza. He's got the free transfer. It is a very, very, very good bench if you bring in Kroupy. But having 2 free transfers is so powerful, mate, because you don't know what's going to happen next week. You don't know who bangs this weekend. You don't know the ceiling. You don't know the injuries, or suspensions that could occur. It's a horrible benching dilemma as it is, having to bench Manoz Mukiele, but you are going to get. Oh, is this Paul's? Ha! Was that Wazza before? Regardless. Sorry, Paul, mate. This might be your team. Might have been. Was it Wazza first? I didn't grab the top part of the message. Yeah, you just unfortunately, I'd rather transfer and soak up the bench points. I've got a good bench this week too. It sucks sometimes, but you just got to do it. I think you've got it right with Declan Rice in your starting 11. Would I play Rice over Mukiele? Yes, I'm doing that. Would I play Rice over Manoz? Ooh, I don't know. That is a 50-50. I'd probably put Manoz first sub, definitely. I'd change the sub. But yeah, save the transfer. No need to buy Krupa yet. You might want to convert Mark Guiu to Ekitike if he bangs this week and use to have 2 free transfers next week. I'd bench Rice if you're saying we'll be playing Manoz. Yeah, I got us the wrong way around. Sorry, guys. So this is Paul's team I'm showing now. I knew I should have screen grabbed the top. I just didn't want to, yeah. It was just then too long and thin if I did that. Yeah. Sorry, Paul, I can't help you, but no, you can't bench Semenyo. No. I'd perhaps play Manoz over Rice, despite me saying how good Rice is. I'd probably play Manoz over Rice, to be fair. And then we've got a third team. This is Cam's team, and it's just a benching dilemma. Where do you play Declan Rice? How do you get Declan Rice in your team? Are you benching Rodgers, Bruno, Palmer? Absolutely not. And I don't think you can bench Watkins given the fixture. I know Watkins, Rodgers isn't in the best double up for you, Cam, but this is the week they might come in. I don't think you can bench Strand Larson. Got the assist in the week against his old club. The narrative is there. Cam's going to hate me for saying this. And I've said it this morning in WhatsApp anyway. I would suggest Cunha because he's not a 90-minute man and it's a tough fixture. Guys, would you play Rice or Cunha? Let us know in the comments. I'd play Rice. Good stuff, guys. Thank you very much for getting those in on the WhatsApp group this morning. That's all from our channel members in the WhatsApp group. So shout out Paul, shout out Cam, shout out Wazza. And a lot, I think, are looking at it going, Manoz needs to get in that 11. Captain Rodgers versus Leeds is definitely an option, like if you want to go differential. I just have trust issues with Villa in general. Rice. A lot are saying Rice over Manoz. Interesting. For the vast majority saying Rice over Manoz, so maybe you got it right. What's the ideal wildcard draft? I've done a video on my channel a couple of days ago, so go watch that where I did a wildcard draft, but Palmer is essential on a wildcard, surely. Are you locked on Haaland cap? Yes, I am. I am going Haaland cap, and I did do a poll earlier, guys, and you did vote in your numbers. Thank you for doing that. This is how you voted. I know I've got a different poll up at the moment. I asked, who's your Gameweek 27 captain? Haaland versus Newcastle came out at 49%. A lot of you are going there. Palmer's high, but remember, not that many own him. A question from Baz for Hands. I'm chasing my rival by 9 points. His captain Palmer doesn't have Haaland. Would you do Cunha for -40? No. Look, if you think Palmer's the best captaincy option, make the hit, captain him. But don't do it because you're 9 points behind. You don't need to worry about 9 points at this point in the season. There's so many points up for grabs. We're not game week 37 here where you have to copy your rival to block out points and stuff. We're not there yet. There's still a lot of football to be played. If you think Palmer's the best captaincy option and you can get him, you've got money to go Cunha to Palmer. It's a real tempter for a -4. I don't like 4-point hits, but I always say if you're going to bring that player in to captain them, take the hit. And if you're going to bring Palmer in to captain him, I'd take the hit. It's not something I've thought about a lot this week because I don't have the money in my bank to start thinking about moves like that. I have the dilemma, says Rio. I already have triple Arsenal defence. Do I go all in one more week or bench Timber? I'd probably play Alderete. Play the two of them. I feel like Spurs with new manager bounce probably score. Semenyo versus Haaland. Ooh, Haaland for me. I gave my captaincy rankings earlier. Palmer 1, Haaland 2, Semenyo 3, João Pedro 4, Bruno 5. 88% are planning to have Thiago by next week. Sorry, I got hiccups. That is massive, isn't it? 88% of you are going to own Thiago for next week. His prices. I hope he blanks so bad this week. Sorry, Thiago owners. But if he bangs this weekend, he is going to surge in price and we're going to feel like we need to make early transfers. Some of us might, including me, might be priced out. Annoyingly, Brentford play Saturday. They play today. They play today at 3 o'clock. I wish they were a Sunday or a Monday game, which would keep the price lower for a couple of days. But yeah, get voting in the poll, guys. But as things stand, you can see Thiago is going to be very popular. 40% of you already own him. 15% are buying now. 33% will be buying next week. And only 13% don't plan to own him. Massive. Awesome to see, guys. So many of you are in the chat. 582 of you. It's wicked. Look, this stream is about you. I'm not here to talk through my team in detail. I'm obviously touching on it. I'm here to answer your questions. If you want to show appreciation for that or want to be a first-time questioner, get your question in the chat and let me know you're a first-timer. If you're wondering why you can't type, you've got to hit the subscribe button to then put a comment in the chat. That's the only catch. It takes seconds. If you're not subbed, hit the button. If you're not liked, hit the button. And thank you for spending a Saturday morning with me. Awesome to have nearly 600 of you in. Thank you so much. I will be back this time tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. on the Sunday debrief. Do not miss the Sunday debrief. Wash your mouth out, Jesus, Maliki. Been trolled by Thiago so much this season. Yeah, me too, but he's great. Start Rayon versus West Ham, Sar versus Wolves. Play the fixture, the home advantage. Play the home advantage. I'm taking the plunge. Ekitike, look, if I was on free hit, I'd be going Thiago over Ekitike, so I get you. I get you. Guys, no spamming or you'll have to be blacked. Going to put someone in the timeout for all that spamming. Hill is behind the sofa player this week. Yeah, I mean, it's just a 4 million defender. I think you're good. Bournemouth don't keep clean sheets, by the way, really. Like, I think you're good. I don't worry about Hill at all. He's good, don't get me wrong, but I don't expect Bournemouth to keep a clean sheet. No, I just don't. I tell you what, Cole Palmer's the behind the sofa player for me. Like, I know Palmer's a great shout this week. But I don't have a route to Palmer. And I think very few do have an easy route to Palmer. Unless you still own Saka. I'm starting Senesi over Hill. I would start Hill just, I think. Good morning, Getty. Hope you're good. If we've got any of our mods in the house, I think Paul, or if you want to become a mod, let me know. So we might need a mod around. There's quite a lot of spamming. I've got Gabriel. Thank you for the super chat, George. I've got Gabriel, Manoz, Cash, Gabriel. Who's Gab? I've got Gabriel. Manoz, Cash, Gabriel, bench and Timber. Yeah. That works. I'd bench Timber to play Manoz, I think. Yeah. If Ekitike blanks, it's a simple swap to Thiago. No, Tony, I don't think it is. Because if Ekitike blanks, it's irrelevant because he's got West Ham and Wolves next. This is the week to sell Ekitike, not next week. And I'm not selling him this week either. Forest is a tough game. I can mod if needed. Yeah. And are you a regular, Benelum? I usually only go with channel members as mods because I know them much better. But I really appreciate your offer. Just obviously, if I let someone be a mod and I don't know them too well, they can do all sorts of things to my channel. Hey G, should I bring in Thiago for Creepy Junior? Yes, if you've got no hits and you can make that move for no hits, absolutely. Thanks so much, Danny. Last question. I'm bringing in Dango and Palmer. Do I place Cunha or Rice for Dango? Probably Cunha, dude. I know Cunha's attractive, but just look at the routes to points of Rice. Start Gahey or Timber. Gahey. New member, thank you very much. Alex, appreciate you. New Tottenham manager. I know a lot about Igor Tudor because I watched Juve a lot. As a centre-back, he was brilliant and nails. As a manager, he comes in and he does a job straight away, and then he gets sacked 8 months down the line. But in terms of creating an impact straight away, he did at Lazio, he did at Juve, he did at Marseille. He comes in and does well straight away, and I think that's what Spurs have seen. They don't want someone long-term. They want someone to the end of the season. Welcome, Alex. Make Heather a mod. Yes, Heather. Do you want to be a mod? Let me know in the chat. Ice G can mod as well. Let me see how I can make you guys mods. Ice G, definitely one of our regulars and a member. Oh, Ice G. There we go. Add as a moderator. Standard moderator. Save. There we go. Oh, to be fair, Paul and CH are there now. Heather, I need to make you a mod. I need to see a comment. When you next comment, I'll see it and I can do it. But thank you very much, Ice G. You should now also be a mod. You can now boot people out the chat. Not that we need to be booting people out much here. Like, Hi, G. I ever start Saliba, Maguire, or Senesi, or other options use my... No. You don't need to make a transfer there. I'd be starting Saliba. How can I become a mod? Yeah, Ivan, you can be a mod as well. The more mods, the merrier in terms of channel members, because you're not always all watching. So it's good to have always a couple on the go. I have the power, says Ice G. I have the power. How are we feeling about the deadline today? Do we like the early deadline? The late deadline, sorry? I do. Playing around with my team to bring Palmer in, I'll have to take a hit. Oh, you love a hit though, John. Do it. If you bring him in, give him the armband. That's all I'm saying. Love that. John's an aggressive, front foot, attack-minded FPL manager. Love you, John. My dilemma this week is to sell Saliba to Van Dijk. Yeah, Van Dijk is getting a lot of love, and I get it. I think Van Dijk's a really good buy. Cam's been a member for 9 months. Cam, we did look at your team earlier. I don't know if you were in the chat when we did that. Pretty much, I said play Rice over Cunha, and the chat agreed. The chat did agree. But you're a United fan, and I know how much it will pain you to do that. So if I was you and a diehard United fan, I'd probably play Cunha because it will just be more fun to watch the game. Some of channel members ask my question, please. It's not just channel member questions I ask. I can't get through every single one. They just get priorities. But I can, of course, answer your question, mate. Should I replace Calafiori? Yeah, you got Calafiori's not nailed at the minute, and we've seen Hincapié coming in and doing well. Sell him. Mukiele or Cash? I'd start Mukiele over Cash. Sorry, guys, I'm super hungry. It's 10 a.m. and I'm not at breakfast, so I'm having it whilst I chat. A lot of benching dilemmas over Timber. I would probably play him over Mukiele just. Nunes underrated. He's brilliant. Man City defense is probably underrated. Should have bench boost Anderson, Cash, Mukiele, Kelleher. It's a very good bench boost. Depends of the rest of your chip strategy. It depends if you think you're going to have you're going to have the doubles available soon, a wild card and then a double. Save the bench boost, but that is a good one. Strand Larson's good, but no Palace player is great. What flavour hue is that? Strawberries and cream. Strawberries and cream. It is Ramadan indeed. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I know Ramadan only started a couple of days ago. I shouldn't be eating in front of you. You're quite right. I'm sorry, dude. Sorry for him. If you're, yeah. Although knowing it's morning, I don't know where in the world you are, but I'm guessing you've hunger for those on Ramadan probably comes late afternoon, not early morning, having just eaten overnight. I'm guessing. Don't know. Cam says, drop a like and subscribe. Listen to the man. Thank you, guys. I think, yeah, we might get to 37,300 subscribers today, can't we? I know there's about 100 of you watching that aren't subbed, and that's completely cool. But the reason I have to mention it so often is because I know there's about 100 of you watching that aren't subscribed. So there's an opportunity there to click that button if you want to. Thank you. If not, just like. How many likes are we on? Should we have a like target? Any like target today? How many likes are we on? I'll refresh my YouTube and have a look. 157. Don't know what the target should be. I don't know about Strand Larsen captain. I think Haaland's good this week. Guys, let me give you reasons why I like Erling Haaland, because only 49% of you are on Haaland captain. So let me give you reasons why I like Haaland captain. Right. I reckon we can do 10 reasons. Let's collectively, help me out here, do 10 reasons. 10 reasons why Erling Haaland is a good captain. All right. I'm going to start with the obvious. Number one, he's had a rest, a big rest. He didn't play against Salford. Number two, the title is up for grabs now. Arsenal dropping points. Number three, City are amazing at home. Number 4, Newcastle aren't great away. Number 5, Newcastle have just come back from a away trip, a long flight, and they could be tired versus Man City who have had a rest. Number 6, Haaland is going for the golden boot. Number 7, he's started to find some rhythm again. We've seen the blanks, now we're seeing the returns. Number 8, I could go really like, he's not had a hat-trick in a while. Number 8, come on, we need 3 more good reasons why Haaland should be our captain. Oh, okay. Number 8, he's the best player in the game. Number 9, very few of us own Cole Palmer, and he is the only better option. And now number 10 reason? Number 10 reason why I should captain Haaland. City smell blood. I kind of said about Arsenal dropping points, but City will be right up for it. Say, yeah. Cheers, Tony. We were there. Yeah, number 10, he's blonde. Oh, number 10, he eats tomahawk steaks like that in the week. And number 10, he posted on his Snapchat, stay humble, and a picture of Arteta. Like, he is so on it. He's so on it. Erling Haaland, guy, is a great captaincy option this week. Semenyo's also a shout. It's a risk to go against him. Yeah, I hate doing that, though. Always consider ownership, but don't be scared of it, is what I'd say. You have to back the guy who's going to get the most points, regardless of his ownership. Number 10, he's hard. Yeah. That's quite fun. All right. Let's play another game, but with your answers. How can we do another one of those? That was fun. Sorry, I'm going to stop forgetting those taking part in Ramadan that don't want to be watching me eat. Sorry. Force of habit. Let's put this out of sight. Put that out of reach. Yeah, obviously, Krupi over Mark Guiu. Bench Guiu or Mukiele? Obviously, start Mukiele, guys, over Guiu. My current rank, by the way, for those asking, 236k in the world. I had a great week last week. Big green arrow. No, it's I don't want to rub it in for him. It's food in the bottle. It's not just drinking, it's eating. But well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, Rice came in, O'Reilly came in, Virgil came in, big one. Gehi, not Gihu, sorry. I can't remember the question now. Reinders or Zubamendi? Reinders just isn't getting the starts now. Pep goes through these spells, and at the moment, Reinders ain't getting the starts. Oh, what happened to Inter Milan is the same what happened to Man City and a load of teams when they go to Bodo Glimt. It's such a different environment to play in. So cold, such a hard pitch. The teams that go, City lost 3-1 as well, didn't they? And Inter lost 3-1. So I just think they're two different teams. Bodo Glimt at home and Bodo Glimt away. Yeah, I think if you've got Reinders, you need to sell him. Start Gehi, Timber, or Hill. Gehi. Yeah, it's within the Arctic Circle. Like, it's a very different environment. Not just the weather, but the pitch. Yeah. I think Inter will win convincingly at home, but you never know. They're just very different teams. Very, very different teams. 640 of you watching. That's awesome. Guys, do come by tomorrow morning, 8:30, and watch the Sunday debrief. The Saturday games are looking tasty. We'll have a look at them in a minute. But first, you need to stop eating or drinking in front of Muslims. That person was... You do not... We are not supposed to create it. Oh, okay. Thanks, Samir. Samir, the... I think it was Fahim, didn't actually say not to. It was me that said I shouldn't. So, no worries at all. Yeah, no worries at all. Appreciate the super chat. And appreciate Fahim being like, no, you eat and drink what you want. It's kind of you to say. But yeah, go well for all those taking part in Ramadan. It's something I've always thought that I would quite like to trial myself so I can fully appreciate how difficult it is, because I've got quite a lot of friends that are Muslim, and I always go, wow, that's a huge commitment every year to do. So maybe we should know more about that commitment by doing it ourselves. Try it. Or just fasting in general, just different types of fasting. No, we're all good. Thank you, guys. Sunday Debrief is a good watch. Yeah. I think it's my favorite piece of... I know it's my favorite piece of content I do each week. It's something I do every week, regardless. If I weren't streaming, I'd still be looking at those graphics every Sunday morning. So I'm like, I may as well screen grab them and show them. I started doing that a year ago, and it was great. I'm calling it now. Tomorrow's debrief is going to be big. Yeah, all right. Let's have a look at the fixtures. This is why tomorrow's debrief is going to be good. Let's just look at the Saturday fixtures, shall we? So, Saturday games today. Let me screen grab. How do you guys feel about these games? Let's go through some predictions. Let's do them together because this helps inform our FPL decisions too. So, first and foremost, let's do score predictions one by one. Villa Leeds. Answers in the chat. I'm going Rodgers to return. And I actually think we might get a Villa clean sheet. I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0. I wouldn't be surprised if Leeds score, of course. But I expect Villa to win at home. And I really think Rodgers returns. Oh, Geddy, you absolute legend. Thank you so much. Dr. Masadi won as well. Ben, James, Evan. Yeah, lovely stuff. All those that have got memberships now, you've got priority comments, and you can watch all my extra videos. Predictions. 7-0 Villa. Yes, please. I owe Morgan Rodgers. Would love that. 2-1. 2-1. A lot of 2-1s. 2-0. Neil Robertson's in the chat. Neil says, must be noted that this is the first time Liam has had the Chelsea team for a full week. Is it really? Yeah, but Neil, it also must be noted he let them all go on holiday. Okay, so I see what you're saying here. They've had a full rest. I thought, again, the other benefit of Liam having them for a full week is they get to work on some stuff on the training ground. And don't get me wrong, they would have had a few extra training sessions and still gone on holiday. Reece James was in New York. João Pedro was in the UAE. I've seen a lot of I think Palmer was in Dubai as well. He let a lot of them have some time off, but you're right. That matters. I'm so impressed with Rosenior. Neil and I are both Chelsea fans, guys, so you have to excuse the Chelsea loving. Neil, would you say we're ranking Chelsea, we're ranking best captaincy options this week? Palmer 1, Haaland 2, Semenyo 3. I've got João Pedro at 4. Would you rank João Pedro higher than 4 for the best captaincy option this week? Is he the second best? But should you go João Pedro over Haaland? I'd go Palmer over Haaland. I definitely wouldn't go João Pedro over Haaland because he's not on pens and he isn't going to get 9. Probably doesn't get 90. But yeah. Good D for the week. Enjoy. Thanks, Geddy. 3-1. 14-0 to Villa. There's going to be a lot of Rodgers FOMO this week, I think. I think there's going to be a lot of Rodgers FOMO. Start Virgil or Hill? Virgil. Bro, I'm getting Italian adverts loading up on the stream. Brilliant. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why that's happening. Is it because we were talking about me living in Italy earlier? I don't know. I know YouTube have added loads of like AI features, and Neil's got Palmer 1 heart. He's got the same as me. So you've probably got João Pedro 4 or Bruno 4. Yeah. 1-1 Leeds. All right. You all think Villa are going to beat Leeds? Brentford, Brighton. Half Italian. Brentford, Brighton. Oh, please, Thiago. Brighton are a team that always give you chances. Brighton give you chances. However, last time out against Villa, Brighton conceded like half an XG away at Villa. Brighton looked quite good. Come on, Brighton, do the same again. I'm going to go 1-1, and I know this is dangerous because Thiago have been... I'm going to go 1-1 just because this is what I'm desperate for. If it's 1-1 and Thiago, even if he scores, I'd take that. I'd take Thiago 7 right now. If Thiago goes and gets a 10-pointer, his value is going to be ridiculous next week. Look at the poll. Look at the poll we've got running. 88% of you are going to own Palmer, are going to own Thiago by next week. 88%. It's going to do damage with 30% of them buying next week. That's a lot of price rises. Yeah, a lot of you do think Brentford will win. A lot of two. Oh, yes, please. 1-1 as well. Yeah, I'm on the 1-1 vibe. Thank you for the membership, says Edwin. You're very welcome, says Geddy, I'm sure. Abu Kadar says, super sticker. Oh, thank you very much, mate. If you've got a question, here we go. Hey, G, I have one free transfer. Do I roll or do I do Timber to Virgil or Rice to Wirtz? I'd keep Rice another week. I'd buy Wirtz next week. I was planning on rolling and doing both. Yeah, I'd do them both next week. I don't think Liverpool versus Forest is an easy fixture at all, away at Forest with the new manager bounce, who was so impressive. If you're not aware, Forest went to Fenerbahce on Thursday night and won 3-0. That is a tough fixture. And guys, honestly, Fenerbahce have got some rogue players. They've got some good former Premier League players. I'm just loading now. So, Fenerbahce have Edison, Semedo, Guendouzi, Marco Asensio. There's more. They got some rogue players. Oh, Kante. Yeah, there's more, but yeah. Rodgers 4-1 and 4-1 and Rodgers on bench. Sigurd, let's not be naughty now. Dr. Masadi says ref tends to give penalties in Brentford versus Brighton. 6 pens in 14 games. Wow. That's just the way the game goes. I wouldn't say it's a ref thing, but yeah, should I bench Gahey for Rice? Such a tough one. I'll probably play Rice. New member. Oh, thank you very much, Fahim. Appreciate you. There'll be members-only videos out next week, as always. And I did a couple of members-only videos yesterday if you want to watch them on Captaincy and on Dango. A bit of caution on Dango. Just know you're not buying a 90-minute man. Hi, Gianni. My Gameweek 28 is looking rough. Who out of Chalobah, Enzo, would you prioritise selling coming week? See how they play this week. But probably, look, if it gets you to Thiago, probably João Pedro. Probably João Pedro, if it depends who you don't own. Guys, let's do next prediction, shall we? Are you planning on fitting Thiago in your team? Yes. So for my team, guys, Thiago is going to come in next week, very likely. I'm looking at selling Mark Guiu. Let's do prediction, Chelsea, Burnley, Parma and GP to return for me. I'm going to go 3-0. My absolute pleasure for him. This channel is all about community. There's no special status to anyone here, and everyone should have a voice in the chat. So we really want you to encourage conversation and chat amongst yourselves and support the channel if you want to. So thank you, mate. But yeah, I feel like I get to know a lot of my channel members, and you'll be one of those. Edvin says 4-1. Storm says 4-1. One, Geddy behave. Question from Perth, Australia. Rice to Wirtz, a good option. Very good option next week. I wouldn't go this week. I think Liverpool fixture is tough. Okay, you're all going for big Chelsea wins. Mostly. A lot of 4-1s. Yeah, we really need an Enzo return, by the way. Enzo owners have been unlucky last couple of weeks. Sorry to say. Little Miss FPL will remind me I keep saying that, but they really have been. 2 XGI in the last 2 games and 2 blanks. 5-0. Come on, Maliki. Up the Blues. Right. West Ham, Bournemouth. Oh, God, we got 2 late TV games today, haven't we? West Ham, Bournemouth. I'm sitting on the fence. I'm going ones. Hat-trick Enzo Fernandez. Early sub, Cole Palmer. Enzo Fernandez penalty. Bosh. Yeah, a Desmond Tutu. A lot of you are looking at Desmonds. Another Desmond there. You're all on the Desmond vibe. Tony's a 1-1. Am I mad wanting rid of my Arsenal players? Keep the faith. Yeah, Dr. Masay says 2-2. Getty 3-3. Yeah, we're really on the fence with this one. That's why I don't love Hill this week. Like, you all think West Ham are going to score. And then the big one. Man City versus Newcastle. Nico O'Reilly. Let's do this. Let's do this. I fancy more Nico O'Reilly points, guys. Not going to lie. I've got Nico O'Reilly. Roger's owners, almost owners. Yeah. So get your Man City predictions in. Hi, Janny. Thank you for the super chat, Ollie Phillips. Would you play Richards or Garner this week if Manoz's already in your 11? Oh, yeah, okay, I hear you. Garner, many forget Garner is a former Man United player, right? Man United Academy. He's been awesome for DEF CON. He takes a lot of the set pieces. I'd probably... Oh, but Richards will be on... Look, Lacroix's injured. Palace are going to be short at the back. I think Palace concede. I'd say go Garner. Thank you for the super chat, mate. I really appreciate that. Man City, I'm going to go Haaland and Nico O'Reilly and Semenyo to return. I'm going 3-0. I'm not saying they're all going to score goals, but it's a bit of a cheeky prediction, but why not? I really like City. I gave you the 10 reasons why Haaland's a good captain. I fancy City in this one. Newcastle don't travel well generally. They have done the last couple of weeks, fair, but they're going to be tired. They've just played Karabag. That's a long flight. Azerbaijan is not an easy flight to Newcastle. Karabag to Newcastle flight time. Oh, I'm going to have to put Azerbaijan. Guesses in the chat. How long does it take to fly from Newcastle to Azerbaijan? This is just what Google's told me. Flight time, Newcastle to Azerbaijan. Flight time, Mukiele over Richards for me. No, it's not 8 hours. 6? 7? Okay, I was going to guess like 4, but 5, 12, 10. Google tells me, do you know what? Probably the most traveled person in the chat is the closest. Neil Robertson, ladies and gents. He's on a bloody flight every couple of weeks, usually a long-haul flight, so he knows his timings, and he flies over Azerbaijan a lot en route to China, I expect. Neil Robertson, 5 hours. Google says 5.5. So no one's put 5.5. So yeah, all those that went 6, all those that went 5, congrats. 5.5 hours. That was on Wednesday. Don't forget, Newcastle didn't play Champions League on Tuesday. They played Wednesday. They finished the game on Wednesday. They would have, when you finish a Champions League game, most teams travel back that night, right? Even those that finished late, and Newcastle did have the early kickoff. So it's like UK time, 7 o'clock when they finished the game, 8 o'clock, whatever. They're not getting on a flight till 10 UK time. They're not getting back till 3 a.m. They're not getting back home till 4 a.m. How does that go for your body clock? They're then having the day off. There's no way they're asked to train on the Thursday after a big win like that. They're playing Saturday? Like, you would want a Sunday game, wouldn't you? So they trained yesterday. They've had one training session, and that's more a run-through. One training session, Newcastle, between Karabag and Man City on the Saturday. That ain't good. City, meanwhile, played Salford in a canter last week and rested loads of big names like Erling Haaland. Some City players have had 10 days off. Versus Newcastle, that literally got back at 4 a.m. on Thursday morning. Didn't train Thursday, had a run-through on Friday. Yeah, City are going to batter them. Just they're going to be tired, I think. That's why Haaland captain makes so much sense to me. Do they fast-track customs that adds a couple of hours? They do indeed on their private chartered plane. I mean, obviously, it's not a direct route Newcastle to Azerbaijan if you're buying a flight. You can get common there's no direct flights. You'd stop at various places. Lufthansa. is an option via Germany. Thiago is not a captaincy option for me this week. Good option, but I just don't see him as captaincy. He's not in my top 5 of captaincies. Guys, did I miss a super chat? I just want to make sure I didn't. There's another super sticker. Thank you very much, Abu Kad. But I don't see a question from you. If you've got one, let me know. ZAR, what is that? South Africa? It's Rand, isn't it? I think it's South Africa. I should know that. I mean, I've got a lot of Rand upstairs in my travel wallet. I've been a couple of times. My wife is from South Africa. Newcastle players will be very tired. They will be, dude. They will be. Should have captain Semenyo. He's a great option, but I think Haaland's the one for me. Good luck for all the game weeks. Oh, by the way, guys, obviously, make your own decisions. Here I am saying they're going to batter Newcastle. I give strong opinions. I'd rather give a strong opinion and be wrong than be vanilla and be right a little bit more. So you're not going to get me sitting on the fence much with predictions and stuff like that. I think City convincingly win. And I know they shouldn't. On paper, it's a tough game. Oh, there was a question. Thank you very much, Paul. Legend. Looking after his fellow South African. Love that. Yeah, here it was. Start Timber, Hill or Gahey. Probably Timber or Gahey, not Hill. Watching from Mozambique, a country next to South Africa, but I lived all my life. Oh, I love that. There we go. From Africa Kruger Tours. Or Africa Kruger Tours. Can you sort me out with a discount? I've never been to the Kruger, but my wife has a couple of times. She's lived in Joburg as a kid and school trips and stuff. She says the Kruger National Park is absolutely like the place we have to go on safari. And we've done safaris in South Africa, but never at the Kruger down on the south coast. So yeah, dude, message me on Instagram, will you, with so we can talk. But I'm just looking at your page now. You've got some awesome videos. I want to watch some of these videos. That looks like a lion eating. Wow. I'm so going to check out your channel later. Anyway, back to it. I'm not going to be able to get to the Kruger anytime soon. I've got kids now. Can't afford luxurious holidays. I'm off to Tenerife in a couple of weeks for a hotel with a very good kids club. So I might miss a deadline stream and a Sunday debrief for 1 week, early March. Hit that like button, guys. Great content as always. Thank you very much, Paul. That's very kind. Is it okay to go without Ekitike? Look, this is where I'm at. I don't want to sell Ekitike. Is it okay to go without Thiago? Excuse me. It's fine, but I think by next week you're going to need him. That is why I'm rolling the transfer, to make sure I can get Thiago next week and keep Ekitike. Yeah, Newcastle game was a train. So yeah, it's amazing. Kruger's the best. Yeah, but Africa Kruger Tours, you haven't answered my question. Can you get me discount on a tour? And I mean proper discount. 10% is still going to cost me an arm and a leg, right? I want to come to the Kruger, but I need to come for a deal. If you can sort me out. You guys are so cheeky. If we think Palmer is also rude, if we think Palmer is the best captain this week and most don't own him but have Haaland, then it's okay to own and captain Palmer and not own Haaland, right? Absolutely, Kieran. All in. You go all in on Palmer if you own him. I'm hoping you own Semenyo. You have some City attacking cover. Or O'Reilly. Guys, let's not forget O'Reilly is now a number 8. G on the beers in Tenerife, falling into bed at 2 a.m. I am near Los Cristianos as well. I have been there on a lad's holiday. Hi, Jenny. Move from Bowen to Thiago. Absolutely make that move, Aaron. Thank you for the super chat. Bowen to Thiago is such an obvious move this week. I would make it for sure. You're going to sell Rice to fund Thiago with a very heavy heart? Probably. I could fund Enzo, but it only gets me a 4.4 mid, and there's no 4.4 nailed to start in 31 as things stand, although Potts could be back. Gianni, surely Enzo's a sell next week. Yeah, and that's probably what I just don't have the money in Enzo. There'll be weeks I bench Enzo, but I think Enzo's still a good pick. If I go Mark Guiu out, Thiago in, the midfielder I have to probably sell with a heavy heart will be Rice. Now, if I sell Rice, I've got 5.2 to spend on a midfielder. Now, at 5.2, there's quite a lot of good midfielders. Probably just Dewsbury Hall at 4.9. But yeah, if I filter by price, Ghana is 5.2, but I preferred obviously Dewsbury Hall at Everton. Stack at Leeds if you want just someone that's got some roots. Enzo Lafay at Sunderland got roots to points. Yeah, there's options. I mean, Reinders, if there was an injury, if like Bernardo Silva when it got injured, I'd be like, oh, cheeky punt on Reinders. Yes, please, come back in. Although, yeah, I only have double City, don't I? Buendia's 5.3. Annoying. Yeah. It's probably going to be Dewsbury Hall. Verbruggen to Kelleher, Gyökeres to Thiago. I like those moves. Why am I playing Van Dijk? Probably a good question there. Should I be playing Mukiele or Van Dijk? Guys, help me out. Okay, give me the name of the one player you would start over Virgil, Maguire, Mukiele. Who would you start? Because I'm definitely starting O'Reilly and Gabriel. Who would you start? So please answer this question for me. It's your turn to answer for me. Start one of these defenders. I'm just putting it in the comment. Who would you start? Would you start Virgil, who has huge goal threat and great for DEFCON at the minute? He's going to be playing against 6'7" Luca, by the way. Start Maguire. Good. Mukiele, who isn't the same DEFCON beast he was earlier in the season, but has got assist threat. I think I'm set, but I want your opinion still. I'm not benching O'Reilly, dude. No. O'Reilly's playing number 8. Start one. Ross says Virgil. Dr. Masadi says Virgil. Captain says Mukiele. Virgil, yeah, okay. Which 3 of your current 6 non-playing 31s are you keeping? Good question. So, very likely in 31, I will have a bench of Gabriel, Haaland, probably O'Reilly. Being sold is definitely Mark Guiu, definitely Ismail Assar, and probably Enzo and Rice. I could even be selling Guiu and Rice or Guiu and Enzo. I'll be selling 2 of them next week. So I'll only have to get Thiago in. All plans for 31 now. Oh, guys, I would love you to hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. We've dried up on subs because I've not asked for it for 40 minutes. And we haven't had a single one in 40 minutes that I've not asked for it. So I know there's about 100 of you watching that aren't subscribed. If you want to hit that button, please do. Let's just do a poll. Come on, I've got no shame. Let's do a poll. Thiago plans are interesting, by the way, to end that poll. Thank you all for your votes. 498 of you voted. I'm going to screen grab that. That's an awesome sample size to know. Wow. 87% will own him by next week. Huge. That is massive. If you're a first timer, get your questions in. Come say hi. Let me know you're a Gianni Battici chat virgin. Come on, how many am I talking to? Thank you so much to everyone that's joining, by the way. Awesome to have you in. And thank you for helping me with my bench dilemma. A lot are saying start Mukiele. And Xhaka is probably back. We've seen that he's available. Thank you so much for the stickers. No question, just disappointing that you don't know your wife's home country's currency. Oh, I did. Like and subscribe, y'all. Oh, thank you very much. First time listener, just subscribe. Should I use 2 of my 3 free transfers to do Obi? You need to get rid of him soon. Cunha, fine. To Thiago and Dango. Yes. I like those moves. If you're not doing it this week, you're going to be doing them next week. I would just be slightly cautious of Dango this week. I'd rather have another week to consider Dango. Maybe Maybe I'd roll. I'd probably do it. I'd probably chance it. I'd probably do it. Yeah. Best Timber replacement. Oh, O'Reilly at the minute. What's your prediction for North London Derby? I think Arsenal win. Arsenal back to winning ways, right, guys? In a minute, we'll do a poll who's going to win the league. That's going to be interesting. I reckon a lot will say Man City now, and I understand why. If you get Thiago, your team is strong enough to bench boost. Yeah, okay. But then I don't want to bench boost. First timer, would you start Wilson or Timber? And look, bench boost with Dubravka away to Chelsea is not ideal. First time, would you start Wilson or Timber? Don't worry too much about the clash. Think about it in its own right. I would probably still start Timber, to be honest. I'd still start Timber. Would you bench Evan Nilsson or Mukiele? I'd probably bench Evan Nilsson, just. I think. I can't take O'Reilly's order of 3 City players. Oh, other Timber replacements. I mean, for 1 week, Chalobah, but I don't know. Go cheap and buy Hill as a squad rotator. I personally think City will win the league. Yeah, I think a lot do. Is it that time of year for Arsenal fans? Oh, Spurs will smell blood. Yeah, new manager bounce and all that. Where's the game being played? It's at Arsenal, isn't it? Arsenal with the home. No, Arsenal with the away team. It's going to be drama. I'm looking forward to Super Sunday. Rice to Semenyo or hold? Look, I've got the exact funds to make this move. I completely understand it. I've got 0.5 in the bank. Rice to Semenyo. It's a move I could make right now. I'm only not making it because if I do that, I'm completely priced out of a route to Thiago. Unless I was willing to sell Ekitike, which I'm not willing to do. If you've already got Thiago and you don't have plans for next week, Rice to Semenyo is a great move. Remember, neither playing 31. That's fine. There's points on the table now. I think we worry about game week 31 a bit too much. Like, forget 31. What points are on the table right now? And Semenyo, the points are there for him. The points are absolutely there for him. 827 of you watching. That is wicked. Thank you so much, guys. Let's see how you voted in the poll. 15%. What's 15 of 826? So 10 is 82. Another 40. 120-ish. 120 of you. I knew it was around 100. Or Bowen to Thiago. Could I hold off next week? No. Do it now. Do it now. Morning to everyone just joining. We have done our 10 reasons why to captain Erling Haaland, but we do think Palmer is the best captaincy option this week if you own him. Do you think Calafiori starts? Probably does, yeah. But Hincapié has been doing really well there. Obviously, he came on in the week, Calafiori. Guys, what are your current ranks? How many of you are beating me? How many of you are not? I'm guessing about 40%, 50% are beating me. 236k. Big green arrow. Thank you, Virgil. Thank you, O'Reilly. Although I feel like I've been due with those two players. 150k. Can the 100 of you hit that sub button, says Ice G. Quite right. 25, 6.3, 40. Okay, let's do. The thing is, most people only put their rank. Ice G, are you really 334? Jesus. 303? Oh, you've just been trumped. Just been trumped by 29 places, 31 places. Oh, first game for a referee in the Chelsea match. Penalty. Palmer. Yeah. Best way to improve your rank is to hit the sub button. I know. I wanted to get to our target today was to get to a nice round number, 37,300. Maybe we'll do it. 303 is ridiculous, by the way. How are two of you in the top 350 in the world? Shout out Ice G and shout out Who was at 303? Unbelievable. What are your moves this week? Let's get you two on. Right, Ryan, what are your moves this week? Come on. Ice G, what are your moves this week? We don't want to hear from me. We want to hear from you two. Who are you captaining, Ryan? And what are your moves and your forward plans? If you can summarize what you're doing in the next couple of weeks in FPL, your loose plan in a sentence or two, could you please do that in the chat? Likewise, Ice G, could you summarize what you're doing in the next couple of weeks? Or even just like captaining Haaland this week, planning on buying Thiago next week, going without Semenyo. Wildcard 31, for example. It'd be really interesting to see what you two are up to. So give me your sentences, please, if you wouldn't be so kind. We all want to know. We all want to know. Yeah, tell us your secrets, exactly. Which player do you own scares you the most? GB Olympic camp. What, you're in the GB Olympic camp? I'm scared of Thiago. I'm scared of Semenyo. I'd like Wirtz long term, but I'm not going to have him. Can't get to him. Right. Ice G did João Gomez to Dango. Nice move. He's captain Parma, triple Chelsea attack, and he's dead ending to 31. Love that. Ice G is at 336 in the world, and he's not afraid to take on the big man. No Erling Haaland, captain. He's going Parma. Awesome. Virgil van Dijk definitely got more votes than Mukiele. Zubimendi to Dango is quite fine. Thank you very much, Ice G. That is awesome to know. Where's our other boy? Come on. What are you doing, Ryan? Congratulations for Strand Larsen cooking. The next best option for a forward other than Ekitike in 31. Thiago, right? I think Strand Larsen as well has got a good fixture against Leeds coming up in a couple of weeks. Would you captain Rodgers? No, but I think he's good this week. Ryan isn't telling us anything, is he? No. He's keeping his cards close to his chest. Would love to know the best Liverpool combos for next week. Whoa. Look, I think triple Liverpool is on. Van Dijk, Wirtz, Ekitike are the clear and obvious three, but Szoboszlai is an option for those on a budget. If I'm ranking them, Ekitike, Virgil, I think would still be the top two, and then it'd be one of the midfielders. Sorry, guys. Just my mate just messaged me to be like, I saw you in the paper. If you want to see me in my local paper, check out my Instagram. I feel so famous. I made it into the Stanford and Rutland Mercury yesterday. I posted it on my Instagram, and I'll also post in my final team reveal today as well before the deadline. I do it all on Instagram before the deadline. Hi, Jenny. So yeah, it's funny because I literally beat a bunch of 60-year-olds in a pancake race. There's photos of that. And I quoted in the paper and photographed with my daughter. It's quite funny. My point is suggesting more in Mane instead of Strand Larsen. I hope you went with the Palace striker. Oh, down under. I went with Sarr. And look what I got. You lot hated my Strand Larsen punt last day. Just remember last deadline stream, for those that were watching, I harped on big about Strand Larsen, and I did a vote. Should I buy Manoz, Sarr, or Strand Larsen? Strand Larsen got 6% of the vote. 6%. It's your fault, guys. I'm blaming no one. I'm not blaming myself. I'm blaming no one but you lot. So yeah. Who am I banging on about this deadline stream that's going to bang? Haaland, really. Oh, Nico O'Reilly. Yeah, Nico O'Reilly this week, guys. If you want to punt, Nico O'Reilly. Did you send me a message on Insta of a guy in the paper? Let me have a look, Ryan. Ross, did you? I've not actually been on this morning. I posted last night before bed. Yeah, it's quite funny. You can DM me on Insta, guys, anytime if you wanna. Oh, I can't. Signal. It's rubbish in this room. Start Sleeber or Cash. You're 336 in the world, dude. I can't help you, Sleeber. Thank you so much for the super chat. DKK, where in the world are you? Where is DKK? DKK? Denmark. It's a krona. I should have known it's a krona. Yeah, krona. Well, thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Bench boost with Mukiele, good. Van Heck, okay. Garner, okay. Not for me, mate. I would say my bench is almost as good as that, although I do have Giu. And I'm not even considering it. So no. Don't worry about Hill, you good little miss. Yeah, look, bench boost, guys. You're going to have double game weeks, remember. Don't forget that. Double game weeks are massive, right? And you got a couple of them, and you probably want to use your bench boost then. If you've still got your wild card, you can wild card and then double bench and then bench boost. It's just such a nice combination when you know you've got 15 fit players in form, you've just bought them. 32 is going to be huge for a wild card, and 33 is going to be huge for a bench boost. Imagine getting 15 players playing twice. Oh, the luxury. The luxury of it. In terms of leaks and stuff, guys, don't expect much today. There's no Arsenal, no Man City, no Liverpool in the early games, and I don't think we're expecting any big news. So you can switch off around deadline. There's no need to be worrying about team news at 1:30. And remember the deadline, 1:30 today, 3 o'clock kickoffs, no early kickoff. You set your team up and enjoy your Saturday is what I'd say. Genuinely tempted to triple captain my Palmer this week from Max. And whoa, don't love it. I think captaincy's brave and the best shout this week, but you're backing against a very highly owned Haaland. But triple captain in a single game week, I just don't love it. I triple captain Gabriel last week, so, not the person to talk about this. Guys, top transferred. All right, game. We're playing a game now. Let's play a game. Who are the top transferred in players this game week? I'm going to give you 5 names. Can you name them? Some might have seen it earlier if you were watching. Who are the 5 most transferred players in this game week? You can put 1 name, you can put 5 names. Let's flash them up. Who do you think are? I don't know the answers. I'm going to say, well, I know the top 2, but they're pretty obvious. I can't think of the others. Virgil? I don't think it's Virgil. Well, maybe it is. Semenyo? João Pedro? No, Hill is not one of them. I can't believe the Hill love here. It's quite something, seeing as Bournemouth don't keep clean sheets. If you watch Sunday debriefs, I banged on about Hill about a month ago, by the way. Just I did put it on people's radar that he's great. And he is, but is not going to keep that many clean sheets, but clearly good for DEFCON. And assists. Palmer, Virgil, Hill. It's not Hill. Can't be Hill. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I tried to face away from the mic. I could have just muted you. All right, top transferred in players. Yeah, João Pedro and Palmer are 2 of them. Rice? No. He's one of the most transferred out, I think. Definitely not Rice. I think Semenyo. I think you might have got that. I don't think Virgil, and I don't think Hill, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's have a look. Top 5 transferred in this week. João Pedro, Palmer. Yeah, it's not Hill. Thank God for that. It is Virgil. Oh, and Igor Thiago still getting the love. Could Igor Thiago have a price rise? Let's look. Who's going up in price tonight? Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Okay. Price rises tonight. Big, guys. Rayan is going up in price at Bournemouth. Martinez at Villa. Somerville. Dango will go up in price tonight. Bruno Fernandes. Dewsbury Hall's going up. Damn, I might be buying him next week. I'll be paying a bit more for him then. 5 million. Krupi Jr. is going up and Senesi is going up. We could see Kelleher also going up. Wow. Dropping in price, Enzo Fernandez. Declan Rice. Mark Guiu will drop in price tomorrow. Enzo and Rice, damn. Does it affect my sale prices? Let's have a look. I paid 6.5 for Enzo, and he's now 6.9. He's going to drop to 6.8. Yeah, my sale price is 6.7. It will drop to 6.6. Annoying. And, okay, Declan Rice price drop doesn't affect me. I paid 7.5. He's dropping to 7.5. He's currently 7.6. I can eat that one. Mark Guiu is dropping in price to 4.1. Oh, that affects my sale price as well. Damn. Damn. Most sold, by the way. Most transfers out this game week. Any guesses? Oh, Chai's in the chat. Oh, I miss Chai. We're not currently streaming together, but we'll be back together soon, I guess. Chai, what time's your deadline stream? I'll plug you. I'll raid you. Come on, top transfers out this game week. Who do you reckon, guys? Yeah, Bruno G is the most obvious with his flag. Timber, Enzo Rice Tarkowski, Haaland. Yeah, Haaland's had a price drop. Any other guesses other than Bruno G and Timber? Think about who has come in. So João Pedro and Thiago are in the top 5. So what forward is being sold that's not Haaland in that price point? I'd say Ekitike. I know, dude. We haven't chatted since December. 11:30. But next time around, Johnny, for the deadline, I'll hop on with you maybe. Yeah, do. And then we can jump onto you. Well, look, I'll go to 11:30, Chai. So if you do want to jump on, you're more than welcome to for the last half an hour or for the 15 minutes or 11:15, and then we raid you, whatever. If you want to do that, or if you're busy till 11:30, that's cool as well. But yeah, we'll come over to you at 11:30. I'll can it then as well. Ekitike. I think it's Ekitike. I don't think it's Gokares. Let's have a look. Okay, it's not Ekitike. Made this mistake earlier. It's Bruno G, Rice, Cucurella, of course, injured. Haaland and Enzo. Wow. Haaland and Enzo. Oh, I've just forgot to check my draft team. I play fantasy draft, and I don't know if I won any of my transactions last week. Oh yeah, I've got Estevao and Hato in hope that they both start. Bit of a punt. Do I play Welbeck? Over Barnes? Yeah, why not? Triple Chelsea defense. Watch that get wiped out. Don't understand selling Enzo. I mean, not this week, right? I've got a bit of a benching dilemma, guys. As things stand, I am benching Mukiele. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Look, between O'Reilly and Gahey, I'd probably just go Gahey for the safety and the security, because you never know how long O'Reilly's in the team. What's a Hato? Chelsea's left back when Cucurella's absent. Put me a link and I'll hop on for the last 20 minutes. Awesome. Sweet. Just come when you're ready, mate. I'll remove from studio. Yes. Yeah, I'll see you come in. I'll WhatsApp it to you now, mate. Chai's going to join us in 15 minutes, 10 minutes or so. Sweet. Right. FPL Nightmare in the house. Oh, dude, I've got to send you a link at some point. I'd love you to come on my channel. Chai is going to join us in 10 minutes, guys. Stay tuned. If you don't already know FPL Nightmare, go check out his videos. His reaction videos on a Sunday, Monday are brilliant. Would you go Coyote 4.4? Did you see the gender reveal the other day at the G-Tech? Him and his partner did a gender reveal for their child, and most players kick the ball into an empty net, right? Michael Coyote did a long throw into the empty net, and then the fireworks went off, and it was a girl, and it was pink, and it was all brilliant. Thought it was really funny. Anyway, there's a lot of pressure in Italy for Coyote to be included in the Italy squad in March, just for the long throws, but he's a brilliant player. He reminds me a bit of Pete Wan-Bissaka with his go-go gadget legs. He just stretches and always wins the one-to-ones. I love him. I'm glad you've asked this question because the Brentford centre-back situation is all over the place at the minute. We thought Collins was nailed, and then we saw Aya come in, or Adja. Aya came in and played alongside Collins for a bit, and Vandenberg out of nowhere was benched. Now we're seeing Collins out of nowhere benched, and Vandenberg's playing well, and Aya's in. Aya looks good. Like, he is going up for all the... He wins a lot of set pieces, and I think his DEFCON's very good. I'm not buying a Brentford defender, so I don't know the DEFCONs off the top of my head. Let me just look at them. But watching Brentford as I have been, I've seen him winning a huge amount of duels. Yeah, his DEFCONs have been 12, 12, 10 in the last 3 versus Vandenberg in the last 3. Started alongside him. Yeah, 6, 4, 9. Very obvious there. The DEFCONs go into Aya. He's also started every match but one since game week 18. You would say he's now first choice, clearly. For the DEFCON, I'd go there. I love Coyote, and I've just signed him. Or I went for him in draft. I don't think I got him actually. But you're not going to get DEFCON much with Coyote, although he's all right at it, but he doesn't usually hit it. He had a 9 last time out. You get the 90 minutes, but open play goal threat doesn't feel great for a fullback. And obviously the long throws, it's often the assist to the assist. Go to the guy he's aiming it at. Go Aya. Vandenberg could come back out for Collins. You never know. But the way they're playing, you're not going to change the team. So go Aya. Thank you for asking me, mate. Yeah, I'd love to come on. I saw your interview with Az. I loved it. Gender reveal was great. I love the fact he did a long throw from the edge of the box. I did think maybe he's not allowed to kick because I was like, is he injured? Why is he not kicking it? Is he injured? Such an underrated baller he is, isn't he? There's a lot of love between FPL content creators this morning. I'm suspicious. Oh, that'd be ironic. Is Nightmare in the what do they call it? Not the click, the cartel. Aya was the one I preferred looking at the data. Yeah. Yeah, and I agreed before I looked at the data, and then I just looked at the data and it's completely backed it up. So yeah. Ross is off to the gym. Go well, mate. Good luck with your captaincy on Cole Palmer. Those Italians are great at football, aren't they? Let's not get too cheeky, Maliki. We might be playing no, it's Northern Ireland, isn't it? We got Northern Ireland, and then we got Wales in the playoff final. How did you do your gender reveal? I actually did record a video, but we didn't show anyone until the baby was born because I was a bit nervous. So yeah, my wife and I in Italy had went and got gelato, got a blue ice cream and a pink ice cream. It was like bubblegum and strawberry or something. And I got my wife to do a video in Italian saying, Gaia's having a beautiful baby. And then went to lick each ice cream. And which one does she go and lick first? Brother, the blue ice cream. Yay. And we recorded that when we were living in Italy and the baby was 16 weeks. We had a gender thing at 16 weeks. But I didn't show anyone until the baby was a month old or maybe a couple of days old. I don't know. But the baby was definitely born. Yeah. We felt like it was almost too... There was no a lot of people are excited about pregnancies and they'll post their baby scan picture and stuff, especially for someone like me that lives their life on social media and does post a lot about them. It was too I don't know, I felt like I was tempting fate. We'd had too many bad experiences of previous pregnancies that we were like, we're not gonna tempt fate this time. So yeah, little boy who's poorly at the moment and had me up all night. He's currently 4 months on Friday. Yeah, I was pretty creative with that one. Your wife is going to pretend to be pregnant again just to get more ice cream. She can have all the ice cream she wants, mate. She deserves it. Thank you guys all for watching. Really appreciate you as always. Having 800 of you live is wicked. Was it 2 cornettos? No, it was a lovely little boutique gelato place in the middle of Lucca in Tuscany, which is where we were. Sat here with a 5-day-old. Congratulations, paddle is life. I'm well into my paddle at the minute. I've not played in a couple of weeks. And I'm like, get me back. The court is so fully booked. We only get, you have to book like a month in advance on my local court. Get your FPL questions in, guys. FPL Chai will be joining us soon. We did do a poll earlier on captaincy. This was quite a big one. I was quite surprised by quite how many are backing against Haaland, but then I completely get it. If you own Palmer, completely get it. No way, Boona. Are you really? Oh, mate, congratulations. Love that. No, we're not off to Chai. Chai's coming here. Congratulations, Boona. Obviously, I know you got married 18 months ago or so, but yeah, I didn't realize your partner was pregnant. So this was one poll. I would be going Palmer, like completely. If I owned him, I think you've got to go there with Burnley at home. The other big poll we did. Oh, by the way, no, let me stay on captaincy. I'm very, very, very happy with Haaland. 10 reasons why Haaland is a good pick this week, right? You can help me out in the chat. I did this earlier. Number 1, he's had a big rest. Number 2, Newcastle haven't had a big rest. They wouldn't have arrived back till like Thursday morning, 4 a.m. from Azerbaijan. Here he is. Forget that. Forget that. We've got the man in the house. Chai, how are you,
Hello, we're back. Good to see everyone in chat, and good morning, Johnny. Long time no speak, my friend.
I've missed you, mate. I've missed you. I'm not doing the scout streams at the minute, but so yeah, no chasing green arrows. So I'm not talking to Dean, and no scouts. I'm not talking to you. So it's nice to have a friendly face on the channel because I'm always talking just to the chat. So how are you, mate? How have you been?
Yeah, you've been isolated for a while. Child's been keeping you busy, but no, nonetheless, I've been keeping tabs on you. You seem to be having a decent season this time around, Johnny, yeah?
Yeah, do you know what? The last few weeks have been good. Last few weeks have been really good. So I've had a couple of big green arrows. Literally last few weeks, I think I've probably gone from like 500-600k to 200k. So I kept the faith with the likes of O'Reilly. Loads was selling him a few weeks ago. Same with Virgil. And those 2 players are the 2 that got me the big green arrow last week. So yeah, looking good. I mean, I went to SAR last week. That didn't work out. But yeah, all is well. What about you? How's your team shaping up? And how are you doing? What's your rank?
Yeah, I'm doing a bit different as usual, Johnny. I've wildcarded in game week 24.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I bench boost last game week, absolute flop. But I'm not too bothered because a lot of people hit the triple captain. In terms of how my team is set up this game week, actually quite happy with it generally. You know, it's been playing on my mind about going to Mo Salah again. You know me, Johnny. Like, no surprise there, but I've been caught out 1 or 2 times this season, and I'm just thinking, fool me 2 times, shame on me. Maybe I'll do it again. But I am really tempted. I'm not going to lie. And again, I just feel like Haaland is a great option, and he's a phenomenal captaincy shout this week. But because of early wildcarded, if I can get 2 extra fixtures by selling the Rice and the Haaland, yes, I don't know. It's on my mind.
It would mean. How do you feel about Rice, though? Because I've seen a lot selling Rice. And look, I'm probably selling Rice next week. It's the only way I can get to Thiago. But he's just gone and got us 14 points in a double game week where he only got 1 assist, but he gets bonus in both games, DEFCON in both games. Like, he has the routes to points, not quite like a Bruno Fernandes, but not far off it.
Yeah, it's a hard one because he is 7.7 million now, I think he is. Yeah. For me, he's very, very similar to an Elliot Anderson, which is maybe unfair to say to Rice because he's, one of the highest scoring midfielders this season so far. But again, I don't know. I'm skeptical because, again, no fixture in 31. The fixture run probably isn't great. Tottenham, and in most of the away games this season, you probably would expect him to get DEFCON because that's where he's got it the most. But to be honest, he's one of those where if you hold him, he's going to tick away nicely. I don't think you should be eager to sell him. But I do think, like Nightmare says in chat, 14 points, the golden good boy. Take your points and run on to the next. And maybe for me, if you don't have him, that's Antoine Semenyo.
Yeah. And no one's buying Semenyo because of 31. And I'm like, let's worry about, obviously we need to bear 31 in mind with all of our decisions. But as long as you can get 11 out come 31, we should still buy players like Ismail Assar for me last week because I fancied Palace, or Semenyo this week. Like, there's points on the table now. 31 still a lot of football away until game week 31. Like,
and when you look at some of the projections, City are second across 4 games, even though they don't play in 31.
Mad.
Even though they're blanking, like that's insane. Like, and it just goes to show, like, I feel like you can go to Semenyo. He's the type of asset that he is, as explosive as it gets. He's kind of showing form of what Foden showed that one season. And if he can continue this, I mean, I think this would be a good conversation, Gianni. Who do you have for the league? You know where I stand on this as a Spurs fan, but who do you got?
I actually think Man City might do it because I just didn't expect Arsenal to drop 4 points in those 2 games. And obviously the Champions League is going to be back soon. And Arsenal, I think, will go far in the Champions League. And not that will be a priority. The league is the priority, but I just don't know if they can fight on all fronts now to winning every week. They don't look like that well-oiled machine. We've started to see errors. And City have got that momentum. I don't know. I think Gahey was awesome business for City. They don't look like they're going to concede every 10 minutes now. They went through a phase of looking like, you put Diaz and Gahey at centre-back, and then you play like Nico Riley, number 8, alongside a Rodri, and or even a double pivot, and it looks so solid. I like City now.
Yeah, I fancy City as well. And obviously, from my perspective, this weekend Spurs go at home to Arsenal. Igor Tudor is in the gap, and to be honest, I think this will reunite a lot of Spurs fans. The pressure is on for Arsenal, and we have nothing to lose. So I'm really looking forward to the weekend, and I very rarely say that playing Arsenal.
Were you happy with the management choice? Because I was surprised because I follow Juventus quite closely. I didn't really know much about what he was doing at Lazio, but when he went to Juve, I remember being like, oh, okay, he's come in and hit the ground running. And the plan, again, a bit like Spurs, was short-term manager. Then I think they extended, but it soon went downhill. But he's got a track record of coming into a club, did it at Marseille, Lazio and Juve, and getting immediate results. And that's all Spurs need. Like, Spurs don't need someone for next season. It'll probably be Poch or whoever, but you need someone right here, right now. And it feels like, yes, he doesn't know the league, but he does have a track record of doing it at some big clubs.
Yeah, he's not lost an opening game for the last 4 clubs he's been at, which is,
Wow.
a statistic. I'm fairly sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly confident that that's correct. For me, it is definitely a risky one. From my point of view, not having any Premier League experience and being in the position we're in, I mean, absolutely shambolic. But I genuinely don't think it can get worse than what it was under Frank. I've never seen us play such bad football, and trust me, I've seen us play some bad football. And we were going into games and with zero confidence, zero patterns of play, nothing. So to be honest, I seen pictures. Even he's the type of man to come in, bit of aura about him, come in and shake everyone in the presser's hand, and then brought all the lads out for dinner. I feel like he's really going to reunite these players, the fans. And I think the most important thing for me is, again, obviously we avoid relegation. I'm hoping I'm not having this conversation in 2 or 3 weeks' time. It's just, one result or 2 and we're fine. But I just need to see something, a performance. And whoever the manager is next season, it won't be him. I would be very, very, very surprised. He would have to, bring us to a Champions League semi-final, get the European place, some sort of European place. I just don't see that realistic. And, it's a tough job with only 13 fit players.
Yeah, God, the injury zone. Thank you for the super chat. Start Enzo or Krupi. I'd go Enzo. You've got to start your Chelsea player versus Burnley. FPL Guna says Chai is a Spur. Yes, he is. And with that, mate, have you looked at like Spurs fixtures and gone, if Igor Tudor turns it round and there's a couple of winnable games in there, have you looked at any players and gone, maybe in this game week I'll buy this player? Probably going to play wing backs. Probably going to be a back 3 if what he did at Juve is anything to go by. But what do you reckon? Like, is there any players you've got your eye on now?
For me, like, since he's come back from fitness, and no matter who the manager was, it would have been Spanky due to penalties. But now he looks like he's out with a throat infection or something. Wow. So absolute no-go. Stay away from Tottenham. But if I were to choose when he's back, probably Solanke. One other player I quite like, again, I wouldn't go to him because it's just so many if, buts, or maybes, and Spurs are just in a bad place right now. And Hedgie saying championship experience next season. But for me, Kolo Muani, a player who's done very well under Igor Tudor, worked quite closely with him, and he was a large part of the reason Juve got the Champions League spots when he came in. So he'd be one to watch for me, and I'd be interested to see what role he takes up in the team.
Yeah, he did do really well when he first came to Juve, really well, and then he stopped scoring. But yeah, he's definitely got that potential. Hedgie says, "Gianni, you're maverick enough to captain Semenyo." Maybe I am, but Chai is more maverick. And where are you going with captaincy this week, mate?
Yeah, funny you say that. I'm actually going Haaland. For me, I quite fancy Haaland with Newcastle.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Haaland's had the rest, isn't he? Like the rest, Newcastle, mate. I don't know if you were on the stream earlier. I was working out. They probably didn't get on a flight till like 10, 11 p.m. UK time from Azerbaijan back to Newcastle. It's a 5.5 hour flight. So those players aren't landing back in Newcastle till like 4 a.m. Like that's on Thursday morning. They're then not training Thursday because they've just played in Azerbaijan. So they train Friday and then they're playing Saturday, not Sunday. Usually when you play Champions League Wednesday, you get the Sunday game. So Newcastle are going to be exhausted and not prepared for this one versus Man City, who, yes, they played Salford last week. They've had a whole week off. Haaland didn't play in that one. He's had 10 days off. Just feels so right. And then they can smell blood. Like Arsenal dropping 4 points. City building momentum, looked good the last couple of occasions. Feels so obvious to go Haaland if you own him.
Yeah, this is the point in the season, Gianni, where we always see City do it. And, you know, it is making a break for City. They need to win these games as much as Arsenal do. Do let us know in chat, by the way, who you have for the title. I think it is a very open discussion. I think people underestimate Arsenal at the same time. They still are the best team in the league for me, but the momentum change and the fixtures I see Arsenal have in comparison to City, it's really, really close. And I think it makes for a really exciting title challenge. Like, I mean, for me, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I think we probably would have said it was wrapped up or very close to wrapped up with how the results were going. But Maliki saying City, Fahim says Arsenal will bottle it. You know, it's hard. But for me, this game with Karabakh doesn't get further than that for traveling in terms of Europe. And yeah, I agree with all those points you made, Gianni. Haaland, for me, that's a rest midweek, of course, and I think they'll be ready and firing to go.
Mate, I'm up for Saturday night football as well tonight. Like that's a great 8 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday. Man City Newcastle. That should be a good game. G and Chai should be a permanent fixture. Maybe we will. And before deadlines, it's great. I always do early deadlines, and Chai goes up to the deadline. So we'll always do a Chai raid. But likewise, nice idea for the crossover, mate. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, I thought you guys were getting sick of me, and thank you for having me. Of course, good to see so many in here and a lot of familiar faces. So hello, anyone who's unfamiliar, and it's great to be here.
Love that. We will be raiding Chai in 15 minutes as he goes onto his channel for the deadline. Come on, it's my birthday. Save the Arsenal slander till tomorrow, said Kieran. Love that.
Happy birthday, Kieran.
Arsenal will win it, but like throw away. Yeah, it's going to be a tight one. Mate, you spoke about Semenyo really well earlier. For me, Semenyo is an option. I've got 0.5 in the bank. So Declan Rice to Semenyo is a transfer I could make right now. I'm not making it as much as I really like it, because I want 2 transfers next week, because I feel like I'm going to want to react to get Igor Thiago next week. I don't mind going against him for Brighton, but for the fixture run he's about to go on, I feel like he's going to become a bit of a must-have. But let's see how he looks this week. And Mark Guiu to Thiago would be my transfer, downgrading Rice. Where are you at on Igor Thiago? Because I did a poll earlier. A huge amount already own him, but those that don't are either buying him this week or next. Only 13% from 950 votes aren't going to own Igor Thiago next week. Like, it's going to be 87% owned amongst a very engaged audience. That's huge. Where do you own him, and what are your plans with him?
Yeah, to be honest, it is quite scary. He has 19 goals this season, I think. And watching that Brentford game versus Arsenal, usually, I'm thinking, Brentford have done quite well. Surely they're going to stop at some point, but they haven't stopped. And to be honest, they've only looked better. And Igor Thiago is getting chance after chance and could have had more, to be honest. Sorry, it's actually 17 goals in the league. Misread that. But I think it is quite scary not owning him. I mean, the fixture run for Brentford, it doesn't get much better than that. Very similar to what Chelsea have had in the last few game weeks. And for me, Keith Andrews' Brentford is just, it's a very well-oiled machine currently. For me, I feel like if you can, match him with someone, whether it's a midfielder up top, I think you could do well. But I think getting that player who's going to match someone who's on penalties with those fixtures is going to be very, very tough. Like, that's how I often play this. Not always would I go with a Thiago. I'll look at if there's any options elsewhere. And it's funny, you spoke about Spurs and Colin White. I would never go there. But Ekitike, I really, really do like. I know a lot of people are looking to probably drop an Ekitike, for example. I wouldn't be doing that.
That's why I'm not doing the move this week, because I'm not selling Ekitike. I'm like, I have to have him next week. But yeah, my decision was I can either have Semenyo and Burmo or Igor Thiago. And I wasn't sure last week, which is why I was happy to park the decision till game week 28. Maybe I jump on Burmo, maybe I jump on Semenyo late, probably not now, or Igor Thiago. But I wanted to give myself that time to think about it, even if it meant backing against him for a few weeks.
Yeah, very kind of you, FPL Nightmare, by the way. I've seen your stuff. And
I was going to ask if you've seen our stuff.
Yeah, that is very nice of you to say. And just on Bob, who says 17 goals and 6 pens, nothing special. But first off, we very rarely see strikers for the teams like Brentford who kind of struggle through the season. Even if, like, that shows class, 17 goals. I don't care if you're being fed chances, if you're Calvert-Lewin. And even if it is 6 penalties, I mean, often we praise players like Cole Palmer and Saka who, are quite fond of a penalty, who play for the bigger teams, who get more penalties. So I have no issue with it. I actually feel like, he's been phenomenal this season. In that Arsenal game, if he had five more pace, I mean, he could have had a hat-trick.
Yeah. Andrew, by the way, is still on Wildcard. Wildcard is active. I did put together, Andrew, a Wildcard video probably over a week ago now, but full game week 27. And I can't remember who I had in, but I definitely had a Brentford defender. I went Kelleher as my Brentford defender. I've just remembered. But that video, if you want to check it out, do. Obviously, Palmer was in. I also went João Pedro and Palmer, but I don't know if I'd want to go big on double Chelsea, knowing the fixtures turn. But for Burnley, I was like, I see the upside for a front three of João Pedro and Igor Thiago and Haaland. But maybe swap João Pedro out for Ekitike. I don't know. But yeah. Me and Chai, I'm glad you've seen Chai live now, because Chai's my favourite person to talk to. I love streaming with Chai. Chai and Dean, of course, from CGA.
I feel like we're well due, so I said I'd pop in. I'm always in here before I start streaming as well. I quite often like to pop in and watch something while I'm having my breakfast, and that's why I was a small bit late. I was having my eggs and my coffee, but here nonetheless. Great discussion as usual. Jenny, I want to know, right, who, if you could pick 3 players, a defender, a midfielder, and a forward over the next 5 games, including the blank game week, who would you have? I feel like we're in this is a turning point in terms of players we're going to be going for. Whereas Brentford assets with Taro, Dango, a lot of people will be shifting towards Thiago. A lot of people are talking about triple Liverpool. I myself am looking at it. Who do you fancy and why?
Liverpool players was straight at the top. I like. Obviously, I've got Virgil. Would I prioritise Virgil as a transfer? Maybe not. But Ekitike or Wirtz, it'd be one of them. I'd make sure I've got Liverpool attack covered. Maybe that double up, Wirtz and Ekitike, and Szoboszlai if money's an issue. But Ekitike, I think it's going to be great for West Ham and Wolves, after Forest. And Isak, remember, not back until end of March, April. You're good on Ekitike minutes. And again, his fixtures, he's had a bit of a rest. So Ekitike would be one. Mate, I'm going to say, I'm going to use in my team, but Nico O'Reilly, if he's going to continue playing as a number 8, and he played 60, 70 minutes as an 8 last time out, I text the Ultras on the Man City game 5 minutes in, I'm getting a goal today. It was so obvious. He was so advanced. And I think he had more shots than any other player in the game week. Mad. So O'Reilly would be a fun punt. I know he doesn't get the DEFCON. I know he's not a centre-back that gets DEFCON. And I know Virgil would be the smart money. But I just think O'Reilly, for old school FPL, someone that can get you attacking returns, I would punt there. And then a midfield punt. I mean, Wirtz I've obviously mentioned. But a player I don't have is Semenyo. And I feel like it's naive of me not to own this guy. He's 8 million. He's playing every minute for the best attack in the league. We all have Haaland anyway, so we all benefit from Haaland goals the same way. To really get that edge, you need double City attack. And that's why we've always done it with Foden or Cherky or Reinders.
Alvarez.
Yeah. You benefit from that with Semenyo, and he's so highly owned because of all the dead teams as well. But I'm just gutted I sold him. I kept him longer than most. right until the end at Bournemouth, and then I sold him just before Man City, and it was silly of me to do so. But I'm probably not buying him back now because of 31, but also because I really want to get Igor Thiago in.
And your forward?
Ekitike. But the player I haven't got, I still think Strand Larsen with bad fixtures is, well, he's got Wolves, but then he's got Leeds in a couple of weeks. The problem with Palace is we just don't know what's going to happen with Glasner, and they're all over the place. But Strand Larsen, I like the narrative of him against his old club. And I think he'll be on pens.
Yeah, I love that. I can completely... Let's talk about Semenyo then, because for me, I also sold Semenyo. I think it was a very awkward position to be in, because very rarely do we ever see even superstars like Semenyo come in and just have that instant impact. He was scoring goal after goal after goal, whether it was in the cup or the league. Fellow was unstoppable, getting start after start. And our questions as FPL players was, is going to continue to get these minutes, question marks around Doku, Foden. So I think it was very fair from our perspective. And for those who are bold enough to do it, you see this brand new shiny toy, Semenyo, and he's done well so far in the whole season, to actually go and bring him in still, knowing that playing for a Pep team, you never know what his minutes are going to be, but absolutely smashed it so far this season. And I personally think he's going to continue this, especially if City are going to be on for the league. And he's the one I'm probably most scared of not owning. But from my own perspective, again, I'm on a bit of a different strategy due to wildcarding early. And like Bohemian says in chat, Champions League starting up soon. So there will be minutes lost by a variety of players across the board, which I do think is good to keep in mind. And for me, Mo Salah is going to be my midfielder punt over the next few. Fixtures are so good. 90-minute player on corners, some free kicks, penalties. I feel like he's still world-class, even though he's not shown it so far this season. And that's what world-class players do. Doesn't matter the form that they're in or what period in the season they're at. They can show up at any point in the season with bright sparks, even if they've been so poor. Now, if I'm looking at a defender, for me, I think Virgil is the boring one. I do think there's a case to go for Ibrahim Konate. Again, he's one who struggled with fitness, but just for the price point, I mean, a lot of people are going for a Hill over Senesi, and Konate is very similar to me. Like, I mean, even though he's not fit, he has to play because they have no other defenders, and he does have some sort of goal threat. Sure, he's only scored one goal in the league in his career.
He should score more headers because he's good in the air. He's great at defensive corners.
Yeah. And then up top, Johnny, for me, if I'm going for one punt, and I don't even think it's a punt because so many own him, but I just think he's very, very underrated, and that's Ekitike. Like, I just think over this run, Liverpool can put something together. I think they've actually looked quite good and functional going forward. So those are my three. And good to see everyone in chat putting in their three. I think would be quite similar in terms of our punts.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you, guys. Chai, I'm conscious of your time because you have 5 minutes and you've got to start your stream. So you let me know exactly when you need to leave and we'll raid you straight away. Just for a bit of housekeeping, I'm going to put Chai's YouTube channel in the chat now, but we will click on that as soon as he goes over. Do make sure you're subscribing to him when you go over, guys. Show him some love. He's so close to 10K. Just look, Chai, you're like 450 off. So that's a good goal for the end of the season, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been very, very consistent this season, and it's been something that's really let me down over the last 2 years. I've really, really made sure that I do a team selection and a deadline stream every single week. I've only missed 1 or 2 deadlines, I think it was. And yeah, we are very close to 10K. I mean, I actually really love making the content so far the season. And you'd think that given that it's not gone my way in terms of rank, I'm currently sat at 400K. And for me, I'd like to be higher. I think everyone would like to be lipstick before we move. Bit of Vaseline. But yeah, no, I think, I have really enjoyed it, even though the season hasn't gone as well as I wanted it to be. And that's very telling. Like, I can imagine whether it's even towards the end of this season or next season, I'll be very excited to make more content because it can only be better from here, basically.
Love that. And if you want to watch someone that's got strong opinions, someone that's not vanilla, someone that will go against the grain, that won't always go down the obvious route, a channel like Chai is absolutely perfect for you. I would say in terms of differential content creators that have very good ranks but consistently make differential decisions, Chai is my number one by some distance. So along with Late Riser, another one of my favorites from FPL.
Yeah, Late Riser has a special place in your heart.
Yeah, he does. I love Pranil. But I see myself making the same decisions as Late Riser every season without fail, every couple of weeks. We both free hit earlier this season. The week everyone free hit. but we free hit very different teams to the template, and we both went with the same players. Like we both went Isak up front, and everyone else went Gakpo, and Gakpo went and got like a brace, and we were like, oh man. But yeah. Anyway, that's my chai loving. Conscious of some of your questions, guys. Hopefully I've been able to answer enough. We must have answered hundreds of questions today. Do make sure you're hitting the subscribe button to this channel as well. Thank you all for liking and subscribing. We've got the Sunday debrief tomorrow morning as well. So make sure you're coming on board 8:30 a.m. The Saturday games are good. There's going to be a lot to discuss. But Chai, should we jump over to your channel and rager?
Yeah, I've actually just started a stream. And again, thank you so much. I'll be answering as many questions as possible. Again, Johnny, really appreciate it. I feel like we were well due a catch up, and I'll just put the link in here as well so it's easy accessible. Yeah. But best of luck this game week, Johnny. I'd be interested. I am keeping tabs on you for sure. I can't leave you finish in front of me this season, so I'll definitely keep an eye on you.
Yeah, you got some work to do now, mate. My team is going green arrows galore. I'm going to change my name, mate. What should we raid you? What should we raid you? I need a raider. Let's go. Let's go. Spurs for the win.
Spurs relegation.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, let's do Spurs again. Then everyone will be like, what's going on? That hasn't watched this.
All right, Johnny, I'll leave you be. And thank you again.
Going down.
Good to see everyone in chat.
Good stuff. See you, mate.
All right.
Let's go raid Chai now, guys. Spurs are going down is the raid. Or North London is white, says Maliki. Spurs are going down will be funny because everyone that's in the chat that's not been on this channel will be like, why is everyone saying Spurs are going down? So relegated Spurs or Spurs are going down. Let's go raid Chai. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you very soon in 24 hours time. May your arrows be green. We'll see you on the debrief. Bye, guys. Thanks for everyone that's commented, liked, subscribed, super chatted, members, modded, all of you. You're amazing. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.